Okay, first game that I want to get to is, and JJ was watching me play this one. Aliens Dark Descent. It's coming out in June. And first and foremost, this game is really freaking cool. I really, really did enjoy my time with it. Essentially, it's like a top-down tactical action game. It's not turn-based tactical. You're leading a squad of 4 of these colonial marines or whatever, space marines around the this derelict station, and you're trying to find out what caused all the just like any aliens movie, what caused all these scientists to die on this space station. At least the demo that they had was the space station.
I don't know.
Yeah, very never heard
Might
this.
have been the Zebomorphs.
Zebos.
Zebos. So you walk around. Let me turn off the CC on there. You walk around the this building, like in that, or this the spaceship in that sort of viewpoint right there, and the way the lighting is set up, the audio is the same way. It's really all about tension, right? Tension and stress, and your characters can sort of start to develop stress if they're making too much noise, if the xenomorphs are starting to get too close, if something's going wrong. And as your stress level goes up, your the xenomorphs will get closer and closer to you. So it's kind of this endless Ouroboros of stress-inducing fear. And then you'll get like you'll get a rush of these xenomorphs. You better hope that you're set up to take them down with like sentries and that kind of stuff. You can kind of set up little sentries in the area. In the demo, they had us walking around, and you're just kind of clicking, pointing to spots that you want your team to go to. You click, you'll open up a box of loot, and which will include some sort of item. The UI was a little difficult to kind of understand at first, and it did take a little bit of time to kind of get through it and really start to make your way, because there's just menus after menus after menus, which is good and bad. It doesn't feel well on a show floor all the time, but when I'm at home, I know I'm going to be fully enthralled in something like that. But one of the cool things was as these aliens start showing up, as the xenomorphs start showing up, if you want to kind of give yourself some protection, you can actually weld the doors behind you. So I was getting chased by the xenomorph down a hallway, and I get all my squad into this little closet, and I weld the door shut. Just the sucker comes up to me. So he starts banging on the door, and we're just waiting in this tiny little closet area. And he finally gets bored trying to get in and lets up and leaves. And I'm like, oh shit, that was actually a pretty cool little feature there. So that stress level was really high, and then it slowly came down as we realized that the xenomorph couldn't get in. There are other aspects. The mission in this one is to set up these turrets, these sort of sentry turrets, and escape. Or kind of you can, let's see, you're trying to find out what happened to the scientists, and then set up sentry turrets so you can kind of survive an oncoming onslaught of xenomorphs. So to do that, you find some bodies lying around. You scan the bodies. You pick up some like key cards and stuff, and you realize, I can actually access the cameras. The cool thing about accessing cameras is that it just kind of shows you points of interest on a map. They're not really functioning cameras, and as you might think, but they give you points of interest. And they kind of tell you they adapt the map to show you where the xenomorphs are coming from and where there might be loot and side quests to kind of help you on your story. So it's a neat little advantage there. You kind of flip back to that camera system all the time. But yeah, it was really fun until I get to that final. You can see that scene there. I'm going to rewind real quickly. So you get to the point, and the xenomorphs are coming right there, and you can kind of see what direction they're aiming at you. But if you got your guys set up, like they're showing 5 guys here. I think we only had 4 in our area.
Burgers and fries.
Burgers and fries. 5 guys. But yeah, if you're set up well enough, you can survive 2 or 3 xenomorphs. But at the end of the game, as you set up your sentries, like I'm just gonna point here. So here they are. So you set up one here, and this is actually a real similar thing. I actually had welded shut the door on the other side of a similar closet here. But they want you to set up 3 sentry gunners around this lab, and then to extract data from a computer, and try to ward off this oncoming onslaught of xenomorphs. Well, my dumbass didn't go to repair these sentries as these gunners, these turrets, as they're being taken down. So it would blow up a xenomorph. You'd have like 2 or 3 would come and attack it, and then the other xenomorphs, my squad would knock it down, and then it would just end up, crapping out. And what I should have been doing, knowing now, is going and sending a squad mate to repair them in between, mini rushes. So I ended up losing, and there's a scene of it. Me losing, of course. There's a scene of them, welding the door shut right there. I ended up losing, and I had everything. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, I knocked out a bunch of side quests in my half-hour demo, and the game has a decent pace. It doesn't move like super fast or anything, but you can get a bunch of stuff done in a half hour. I was all excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this info from the computer. I'm just gonna back out to the door once the door is unlocked, and I'm gonna win this demo. Well, yeah, xenomorphs came after me, and the door finally opened, but by that time it was too late. They were just rushing me, and I lost. And but it was really cool, a ton of fun. And so fun that I'll just say it. It got one of our PAX Team Choice Awards.
I thought Taylor gave that one.
You would be wrong.
But I'm not much of like a point and click, tactical type of player, but the game really did. I think the mixing in of the Aliens franchise, I think, really did a good job. And just like I said, that tension, that stress level was really cool, because in other tactical games like that, I'm just like, walk around, hunt, kill bad guys, go to the next room. But you're definitely playing a bit of cat and mouse with this, because you're trying to stay away from the xenomorphs in case there's a mad rush, and then you're sealing doors behind you, opening doors. There's a really nice balance to the flow of the game. So yeah, it's coming out in June.